Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to discuss how do you change your career. There are different reasons why people would want to change their careers. Probably you have been in one line of work, but then you have realized that is not what you're passionate about and you want to change to a totally different career. If you got just the first job in a different area, for example, in sales, in marketing, in the banking, then right now you want to go back to your original passion or the course that you did. So you're changing careers. You might just want to change career, just moving upward again to a different level, leadership position, a managerial position. You might just be starting off your career and you're still not sure which one should I go for. We'll sort all that out. And actually, to help you do that, as part of this presentation, I am releasing, or there's this free book that is out there. I just published it in the course of this week. Career Change, a strategic approach to career transition. And I'm going to give you a chance to get this book absolutely free. So let me know in the chat where you're joining us from. What is it that you're looking out for to learn? And if you are among those people who would like to change their careers, please drop it in the chat, moving from which career to which. Or if you have any questions in terms of career, feel free to drop that in the chat so that I can be able to respond and advise you and coach you here live on this session. And if you're watching the replay later on, don't feel like, oh, I'm missing out. Still drop in your questions in the comments. I will be able to come and share with you. So I will go almost step by step. What is it that you will need to do to really change your career? And as I've said in this book, yeah, if you have found yourself stuck in a career and because something like, I got this job, I only have this job, I am using this job to really just pay the bills, but I'm not happy where I'm at. I really need to change. I'm really feeling stuck. And each and every time I try to do something to get myself off this position, I find that I am actually getting deeper. You're in the right place. If you are feeling as if life is passing you by, and some of the questions actually I'll be answering would be something like, can you really change your career at age 40, at age 30? At age 50, yes, you can be able to change your career. But how do you go about it? That is some of the practical steps that I'm going to give you. So let me know where you're joining us from. Just drop in the chat so that I can know you're there. I know we are streaming all across the platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and I'm happy to start interacting with you. And I can tell you this, yeah? And I think I can actually share. This is the first part of the book that you will get. Actually, let me take you to this book. It's a very simple to read book, as you can see, only 14 pages, and you can download it for free. But even before you download, can we see what is inside here? Let me try and make it a bit bigger like that so that we can go through it together. And as I say, here's the introduction. Yeah, if we do the things we are capable of doing, we will literally astonish ourselves. That is a quote from Thomas Edison. And I started the book at that point just to show you what is possible for you. If you really do the things that you're capable of, it is said that we use less than like the 10% of our brains or our potential. But there's some people who are using more and they're having a much bigger, can I say, they are experiencing life way better. They're enjoying themselves. They're making the money. They're having enriched relationships, and they're still having an impact in the community or in the society. And I think that is where most of us would want to get there. So if again you're there, let me see in the chat if you're there. I'll be waiting for you to drop your comment. So Stephen Pressfield, the author of The Art of War, says that most of us have two lives: the lives we live and the lives we are capable of living. It is the latter that intrigues me. It is the life I believe that we all deeply desire. It is the life that we know exists somewhere deep in us that we wish we could actualize. This life isn't driven by the you who settles or gives in to procrastination and doubt, but the optimal you, the best you, the confident you, the healthy you. The you who shows up with their A game, making things happen, making a difference, and living a life of significance. Being your optimum self sounds great, doesn't it? But how do you become that other you? What does it take to be your best? And I think I will pause there and just ask you some questions. And this is meant for you to just think about this and reflect on some of these things. Do you, is this passage actually describing you? The fact that you might be living two lives. There's one that you really wish you would, especially in the career space. I know there are different, can I say, areas of our lives that we might be struggling in. It might be spiritually, it might be relation wise, it might be financially, it might be your health and fitness and health, wellness, and all that. And they are all intertwined. But specifically when it comes to your career, is there that life you wish you would be living? That dream job that you'll be having, you'll be actually literally expressing yourself in terms of the work that you do. It's something that you're passionate about. It is something that you wake up, you actually, what's the word? You can't wait to wake up in the morning to go to work. I've had situations or conversations with people where they tell me they really dread when it is Sunday evening and they realize that the weekend is over and Monday, here it is, it's coming and you need to go to work. Where you sometimes even, you actually cry yourself up getting off that bed to go to work. You really are struggling. And there's something else that you can be able to do whereby you are not just settled. You know, I had is it yesterday I was listening to a certain conversation and this speaker was talking about that most of us settle, most of us tolerate some stuff, most of us just accept what is given to us and we live life by default while we are supposed to live our lives by design. What we really actually want from our lives. Are we able to really get that? And that is what I am here to share with you. So if that makes sense, okay, someone is calling me using my phone. Oh, okay, I think that is how it goes. Okay, I'm back. Someone was calling me. I wasn't able to. I'm using my phone to stream. I'm also using my laptop. But finally, let me just know from the chat. What is really striking a chord with you? Are you in that position where you want to change jobs and you're not sure what you need to do? I want to share with you very quickly the steps that you need to go through and you will be able to get from this book. I might not be able to read through all of them, but the first step is to believe that you're worth it. Have you ever, or do you have this kind of thoughts? Like when you're trying to change your career and you're not sure, will I be able really to get that job? Do I deserve that kind of job? That dream job that you have in your mind. Forget about just applying and getting. But there are certain conversations that run in our heads and feel like, oh, I can't really get that job. Those jobs are not for people like me. This job is all I have. I know it pays my bill, but I can deal with it. I can settle with it, with the horrible working environment, with the abusive boss, with the people or colleagues who are biting at this, not just negative vibes. I can still settle in. I can still just accept my situation. First, it starts with you believing that it is possible for you. Because if you don't believe, there's something that happens within us when we actually believe that some of these things are possible for us and we can go for it. So it starts by you believing, And once you believe, and you say, there's another quote here that says, the day you begin to make the greatest impact on earth is the day you show up for yourself as yourself. This is an opportunity for you to start betting on yourself, asking yourself, what am I capable of? Can I believe that I can go for this? Can I bet on myself that I will do all that it takes for me to live the life that I want, for me to get that dream job, for me to change jobs, despite the fact that I don't have experience in that area, and that is where I see myself thriving? I will do all that it takes. Start showing up for yourself, just like yourself. We move on. The second step is to make that decision. So when you start believing in yourself and you actually realize that it is possible for me, then make that decision. Secondly, decide that you want to experience what you want to experience next. If you have felt like a total loser of late, you might think, you may think you feel this way because you failed at something or because of what others have told you. But the truth is that you get to choose how you experience anything, given how you experience any given moment and circumstance. Things might have happened, but you can decide, this is what I want to take off this. Yeah. So decide to do what it takes to transition in your career. It is you to say, I will do what it takes. As long as it's legal and ethical, I will do it. And once you have decided consciously that you want to feel worthy, you will automatically begin to modify your beliefs. So the first two steps is actually up here, believing in yourself and making that decision. And then from there, once we have cleared the head, yeah, we can go and say, can we create a strategic job search plan? Because I can tell you, looking for a job is equally a job by itself. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Looking for a job is a job by itself. So feel free to let me know in the chat, what kind of job is it that you're looking for? What would you want to shift from what to what? I'll be happy to take you through. So creating the job search is the next. There are several things here when it comes to job search, having the job search toolkit. How do you develop a job search plan? There are some things, here are a few things for you to think about it, especially when we're talking about strategic planning for your job. Have you determined and list your career goals? What do you want to achieve? List your experience, skills, and strengths. Brainstorm on ideal companies that you'd like to work for. Yeah. Build a to-do list for all the job search items. Yeah. What do you need to have? Research on ideal companies and job titles. Build a job application strategy and a follow that you will be able to follow through. Create a personal brand that you want to be known for this, and also organize the list of companies. These are just some ideas, and there's actually another video on YouTube I've already posted how you can create that job search plan and try to stick to it and ensure you get the most out of it. Yeah. So from there, the next step would be to make a skills inventory. And I'll tell you this, the biggest difference between those people who are successful in their careers and those who are not, it is the skills they have. Do you have a skills inventory? If I ask you, what skills do you have? What can you show up for in a workplace? Because that is what makes you valuable. Companies don't hire you just because you have a degree or a diploma or a master's. Companies don't hire you because you've worked for the last 10 years. They hire you because that 10 years can be translated into the skills that you have gained that you can help them in whatever they want to do. So do a skills inventory. This is an elaborate key step that you really need to take time to go through. Yeah, I have taken you through the steps. Identify are there technical skills, soft skills, leadership skills, what level are you at? And if you actually want to get even into NGOs and international organization, like multi evaluation skills are a key skill that people are looking for. So you can also sign up for that. Then have your job search toolkit ready. There's one thing having the strategy in place, and now talking about the job search toolkit. There are four main things that you need in your job search toolkit. I'll go through them very quickly. So number one is your CV. Do you know it takes about 6 seconds for a hiring manager to decide if they're going to read through your CV or not? Does your CV meet that 6-second test? Yeah, there's a video on how you can be able to do that. LinkedIn plays a very big part. Yeah, and most people really underestimate the power of LinkedIn. And I have seen people actually testify that the moment they had a professional profile on LinkedIn, the moment they started showing up as themselves and the professionals they are, they started getting people reaching out to them, headhunters, recruiters. I heard the other day one of my class saying one of the CEOs of a very top, is it security company, actually reached out to her. And yet you can be able to do that on LinkedIn. One of the keys of, again, getting these jobs, I'll say, is networking. And how do you network? The best way to network is using LinkedIn. You get an opportunity to meet people you don't think you would meet. Yeah, I talked about networking here, plays a big part. Then cover letters. There's a whole strategy on how do you write a cover letter for a job change. Yeah, check that in my YouTube channel is quite a resource, and you'll be able to get all this information there. So I think then from there, once you have everything ready, you can be able to start applying for jobs, create a plan on how you apply. By the way, let me say this when it comes to job application, because this is where most people really, can I say, they give up. And this is quite profound. Take a moment just to listen through this, yeah? Strength does not come from freedom from internal struggles. Strength is born during the time of struggle. It is built up every time we fall. It's validated every time we stand by our own side, in our own word, affirming that we can do the things we once thought we couldn't. Then we practice how strong we can be, and we do things. And we do the things. So when it comes to the job site, you will feel as if nothing is really happening. You will apply for so many jobs. You will feel like nothing is happening. But I'll tell you this. Do not feel like you will find freedom or you will feel much better when you don't have all those jobs to apply. That is when you are thinking about, you will get that freedom when you no longer have that internal struggle. However, I'll tell you this, strength is built during that internal struggle. When you are striving, when you're trying things out, there is someone who is being built in you and will come out. I'll tell you this, I had the other day, somebody saying, when we go through struggles and hard times, there are two main reasons why we go through that. Number one is for you to build up capacity within you to be able to handle even difficult situations in the future. And if those difficult situations in the future don't come, it is again to build you and have that capacity to help someone else in the future who will be in such a situation just like you. And you will tell them, I was there, I was struggling with this, and this is what I was able to get. So don't try to run away from the struggles. So when it comes to applying for jobs, you don't give up, you don't get tired, you don't relent, you apply and apply and until you get that job. Yesterday I was telling someone who was telling me, oh, I'm almost giving up with this idea of jobs. I told him, when it comes to jobs, you don't give up. You apply until you get them. Yeah. And as the good book in the Bible, it says, do not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not give up. So do not grow weary when applying for jobs, for in due season you shall reap. In due season. Now, this due season is not described. It might be 2 months, it might be 1 year, it might be 2 years. This gentleman we were talking yesterday, 2 years without a job. Yeah, I know it can be tough, but you will get rewarded if you don't lose heart. You can only be rewarded or reap in due season if you don't give up. If you give up today, then it's like you have wasted all that time that you have been putting in. Yeah. I know there's that concept called the sunken costs fallacy. Like the moment you give up, now you have said like everything I've been putting in there has gone to waste. Don't allow that to happen. Yeah. So that is step number 6, and I think I want to finish up here very quickly. I talk about the reason why people don't get the dream jobs, what you need to do. Then you secure your job, the dream job with NGOs, UN, or whichever job that you are looking out for. Then how do you go to an interview and do it? And finally, you have to hand in your resignation. You hand in your resignation letter. That's the sweetest thing. And I'm sure if you want to get some pre-consultation with me, feel free to drop a comment, and we can be able to get in touch. So get this free book. I will put the link on how you can be able to get the book in the chat. You can see how valuable the notes are there. So I'll be happy to help you. Any questions? I'll leave it open now to answer any 1, 2, 3 questions. And then from there, we can call it a day. Otherwise, I'm really excited. I'm happy that, yes, we are able to have this opportunity to share with you. By the way, you want to reach me, you also want to get the book, drop me an email, daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. That is where you get the book. That is where you get how you can be able to get the book. Yeah, let me put the link on LinkedIn. Download the book right there. Yeah, I think I've posted there. Any question? Any question? Yeah, so you can get it on LinkedIn. I've posted the link. If on YouTube, I've also posted it on the chat. If you're on Facebook, you can get it there. And if there are no questions, I think I can close it up for today. Hopefully, you get that opportunity now to see that it is literally possible for you. And I'll tell you, once you do the skills inventory, okay, I forgot to mention this. It is the transferable skills that you really need to focus on. I believe as long as you have worked and you have worked with people, you have lots of transferable skills that can be of help to the other people. So ladies and gentlemen, I think that has been my time. I really appreciate. Hope you have found value from the session. Drop it in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, any question, anything, and I'll be able to get in touch with you. Otherwise, thank you very much, and I'm out.